In Ghana, access to quality healthcare, particularly the provision of essential services such as kidney transplant and related treatments, are largely non-existent or very expensive, thus above the reach of the average citizen. This puts the lives of many with financial difficulties at risk since they cannot afford the treatment but rather depend on the support of government or philanthropists. Health professionals have, as a result, described diseases such as chronic kidney disease as a public health challenge. At the pediatric nephrology unit of the Komfo Teaching Hospital, averages of 150 kidney disease patients are admitted annually. Health officials have raised concerns regarding the huge cost of treating kidney disease for the average Ghanaian. Out of about 1,000 outpatients who visit the pediatric nephrology unit annually, only a few return to access health care due to the costs involved. Doctors here say an average of 25 children with end-stage kidney disease die annually as a result of the lack of pediatric hemodialysis units compounded with the lack of kidney transplant facilities in Ghana. Dr. Enima Safo, a pediatric nephrologist at the Komfo Teaching Hospital, says the situation is not only worrying but disturbing because such patients are left to their fate.
Since the establishment of the unit, in collecting data from the year 2014, we realized that end-stage renal disease, which requires renal replacement therapy. Renal replacement therapy means dialysis or transplant. We found out that averagely 25 children come into our unit who require dialysis or transplant, but unfortunately, there's no availability of pediatric hemodialysis units in Komfo, and transplant facilities are also not available in the country. So these 25 children, averagely in a year, are counseled to go home and die, or some of them die in the hospital. For acute patients who suddenly have a decrease in their renal function, we are able to do peritoneal dialysis for them. And since 2012, we have done acute peritoneal dialysis for 225 patients up to date.
According to Dr. Enima Safo, these deaths are avoidable if the government adds the treatment of such diseases to the list on the National Health Insurance Scheme.
Our aim as a unit is to be able to help these children, to be able to save their lives through the chronic hemodialysis, which will later lead to transplant. Although transplant is expensive, for going through the process of transplant and let's say 3 months medications, you will need about $40,000 to achieve that. Although it is expensive, we say that it is cheap because if you put together somebody going through chronic hemodialysis, the fact that probably the parent will have to be with the child throughout and coming to stay in hospital, if you quantify all that, that will be expensive because definitely the parent will have to stop work and come and sit by the child.
These children are among the many whose parents and guardians are unable to take care of the financial obligations associated with its treatment. Without any special or divine intervention, these children will end up to be part of the 25 people who are advised to go home and die annually. Some parents whose wards are suffering from various stages of kidney diseases say they are helpless. They are thus appealing for government support.
Me pan unya be 2 years. Oda sorry na wahonhono na dene ba e Komfo he na ni yi be fi e be jeje cycle o Komfo be 6 months or the draw so and then off a bar neko ti yesre hiamwa o ban o so be boy in so he kakra
yare bia se eya abofra ekawom because biribiara kɔɛ labs ɛna labs no insurance in take care of it nti na ayɛ sɛ anytime biara no sɛ woba no sika ni ho a na ama no akɔyɛ problem ɛno no yɛ challenges kɛseɛ paa because sɛ nka yɛnya mmoa bi koraa no nka bi obi support yɛn kakra for labs na I think sɛ nka bɛboa yɛn.
Parents and doctors want the government to support the treatment of kidney disease to reduce the number of avoidable deaths in this facility. Reporting from the Komfo-Anokye Teaching Hospital here in Kumasi, I am Fatih Amin Ibrahim for Citi News.